Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Grab your coffee, maybe some chocolate, and let's get into it, okay? So, a couple videos ago, when we were really getting into the whole baby formula shortage, all right? A good friend, and she's also a subscriber who lives here in Florida, had gotten a hold of me, all right? And she's a concerned relative of someone who lives in Missouri. And this relative of hers had just had a baby who happens to be premature. And when I had spoken about this, quite a few of you had gotten hold of me and said, you know, what kind of baby formula does she need, and this, that, and the other. So I had put a few of you into contact with her. So she had contacted me again, and she gave me, sent me a picture of what the baby actually, the formula that the baby takes. Okay, it's Enfamil NeuroPro, and that's NeuroPro baby formula. It's triple prebiotic immune blend. Okay, so I'm going to put the picture up for you. So if you feel inclined to purchase some of this for the premature baby, please get a hold of me, and I will put you into contact with the subscriber. Okay, so here you go, and thank you. And now on to this. But before I do, I want to thank all of you who did contact me and wanting to help this new mom and her preemie baby. You know, this formula shortage is particularly hard on new moms and dads who have babies who are not just premature, but who also have dietary needs. Okay, so now on to this. Food skyrocketing prices and shortages are deliberate. Why is alcohol the same price with no shortages? Alcohol requires grains, fertilizer, power, and shipping as well. And you are so darn right. Yes. So this subscriber says, I'm in a farming town right outside of the Bay Area. And I went to my local Home Depot today to look for their flower bulbs and tubers, and there were none. I'm having problems with Home Depot myself. Yeah, put in an order for soil and plant sauce, you know, the planting pot saucers. Yeah, Stormy, I know. He knows I'm getting upset about this. And I put in for next day delivery, and because I can't lift the big bags, you know, the huge bags of soil, I can't do that on my own with my back, and so I wanted it delivered. Where is it? You know, so I'm having my own qualms with them right now. She said, I asked about it, and the employee said they didn't get any this year. And it's strange because months ago they had some, and there were also no seeds at all. And they've always had them all year round. And they had potted fruit trees and potted vegetables, but no bare root grapes or berries. Something strange is going on. So many people have gardens around here. Yeah. When I went to Home Depot, this was, I want to say, a month ago. I was buying seeds for Trish to send up to her because she had acquired 127 acres to start a community garden and up in New England. And this was to not just help out, you know, the community and all, but also for the food pantry that she runs and operates, okay? And so I'm looking and looking and looking, and wow, you want to talk about bare bones, hardly anything. They had more flowers than they did anything else. And I'm like, all right. So I went into my own stash because I have 5 years worth. And I'm like, all right, well, I can't do this with hydroponic, can't do this with hydroponic, can't do this with hydroponic. So I took everything that I had and I sent it up to her. And so Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, something's going on. And so thank you for sending me that email because, you know, I'm sure we're not the only ones that are seeing these types of things. Okay. So, really, Stormy? Stormy, stop it. So, now on to this. Would you quit, please? So onto this. Okay, the big R. There, you know what's going on with that whole debacle over there. All right, this is going to cause. All right, we already know this, but global food shortages in the coming months. All right, and the UN has warned this. And stop. And Secretary General Antonio Guterres said the war had worsened food insecurities in poorer nations due to rising prices. The world could face famines that could last for years, if exports are not restored to pre-war levels. Famines. If that doesn't light a fire underneath your tuchus, I don't know what else will. The conflict has cut off supplies from the big U's ports, which once exported vast amounts of sunflower oil as well as cereals such as maize and wheat. Okay, and maize is M-A-I-Z-E. And this has reduced the global shortage and caused the price of alternatives to soar. Global food prices are almost 30% higher than the same time last year. And that is according to the UN. Now, speaking in New York, Mr. Gutierrez said the conflict threatens to tip tens of millions of people over the edge into food insecurity, followed by malnutrition, mass hunger, famine, and a crisis that could last for years. There is enough food in our world now if we act together. But unless we solve this problem today, we face the specter of global food shortage in the coming months. He warned that there is no effective solution to the food crisis without reintegrating the big U's food production, as well as the fertilizer produced by Russia and Belarus, into the global market. I hope that this really wakes you guys up, but not just the people that have been in my community for years, but for the new people that are new to prepping and new to all of this and saying, where do I start and what do I do and what do I stockpile and this, that, and the other. You have to start with the basics, rice and instant mashed potatoes and beans, things like that, oatmeal, okay, flour, sugar, salt, okay. Start with the basics and then branch out, okay? We have about, and I said this in the previous video, we have about 6 months. And I hate putting timelines on anything. But when it comes to someone who is currently a contractor with Walmart, and they said, well, in about 6 months, there's not going to be any food on the shelves anyway. And they say it so nonchalantly, like, who cares? That should be concerning. That should be like, oh, I really need to get my ass to the store. I need to stock up. I need to get my inventory, going. I need to get my gaps filled. I need to do this. I need to do that. I don't have time. I don't have time to be lackadaisical. Okay? Please. I have been trying so hard, guys. I really have. I gave up on my family. I did. Not in one sense, but when it comes to prepping, you know, when they don't heed my warnings, when it comes from someone, it comes from the heart and comes out of the mouth of someone who loves and cares for them, but yet they'll listen to a TikTok video. Break. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's going to wake you up, man? When I'm your daughter and I've been saying this for how long, and you're just going to sit there and say, it'll never happen. Our government will never let this happen. I should just smack you in the face. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm sorry, Stormy Bug. What happened? Come here, son. Did you lose your footing, buddy? So anyway, on to this. I hate getting upset because, my blood pressure goes up. My blood pressure goes up, and then I got to stop drinking coffee. And who the hell wants to stop drinking coffee? So anyway, this was sent in. Its gas prices are through the roof. Okay, this was sent in by a subscriber, and when I tell you, listen to this: households in the U.S. are now spending an estimated $5,000 a year on gas. A figure that's almost doubled since the year before, when the average household was spending about $2,800. I want you to think about this. How much money do you spend every single month for gas? And this is just going back and forth to work or running your errands. How much do you spend? And get back to me. I'm serious. And I don't know if this is true, but have you seen this? All right, now, with the monkeypox here in the U.S., the Massachusetts Department of Public Health confirmed a single case on Wednesday that this guy who recently traveled to Canada, the initial testing was completed, and he's got it, I guess. So the link is in the description box below. I don't want to get too far into that because, my God, it's just something else that's going to make my blood pressure go up. I mean, it's like, seriously. So on to this. This is something that, a subscriber said, here we go again. I foresee lockdowns coming soon. Oh, Lord. I'd say that. I don't think this country can handle any more of this. And she said, and something tells me it's going to be much worse than last time. The U.S. right now is like a bad dad joke. So a monkey and a pyromaniac walk into a bar. Stop. Okay, so listen to this. It's not even summer yet, but Texans are already being asked to turn up their thermostats and leave appliances off each afternoon amid a heat wave that has driven power demand to springtime records. Meanwhile, our aging coal and gas power plants continue to falter. The largest coal plant near Houston caught fire just days before 6 gas plants tripped offline. So far, the lights have stayed on thanks largely to a solar output that doubled yet again this year, but the close calls in May bode poorly for what is forecast to be a hotter than normal summer. Oh, beautiful. What you Madonna mia. I need help. We all need help. I don't think that any of us can handle this anymore. I really don't. It's like, can we catch a break? I didn't think so. So on to this. She asked for, her name to be kept out. Of course, your privacy is valued here. You know this. She said, please have people check local bodegas, Mexican grocery stores, and Asian markets for formula. Right on. You got it. I put it out there. All right. So on to this. Every year, she says, I top my home heating oil in the spring and summer to make sure I'm ready for the fall. Usually during this time of season in Massachusetts, oil prices are lower, so it's usually a great savings. However, when I called yesterday for them to come and deliver 150 gallons, they actually warned me. What? By asking twice if I was sure I wanted to order. She said it was $6.99 a gallon. Normally around here, it's anywhere between $2 previous years to almost $4 last year. This year, it's $6.99 a gallon. I will be paying $1,048.50 to fill up half my tank. Would have been $2,097 to fill up my entire tank. That's an insane amount of money. And you know, not for nothing, I'm going to get my cell phone here. I was just talking to Dawn Marie, okay? And she said, a guy I know owns his own oil company. Today he told me oil is for heating is up to $5.80 a gallon. She said, and I said, that's really expensive. She said, I know. And there's a lot of people I know that use oil to heat their homes and that can't afford that. So I don't know what's going to happen when winter comes if that doesn't change. And then Trish just text messaged me. Are you ready for $10 a gallon of gas? Get ready. Who is? My gosh, it's ridiculous. So then the email goes on. I basically want to encourage folks to look up fuel assistance programs in their area now and get those applications in, because this fall and winter is going to be brutal, and they fulfill and service participants in the program on a first-come, first-served basis. Do not delay in recertifying if already on those programs. And if you haven't signed up yet, please find out what the income eligibility is in your area and get those applications in. I imagine the hit on these funds this year will be huge, and they can only give out what they have funding for. God help us if there is even any supply of home heating oil available by the time fall comes. I was so excited when I had gotten a job that paid well enough to get off all of the assistance programs, and now I find myself doing research in hopes they have expanded the eligibility. Oh, Lord. Oh, honey. I am so sorry. This is getting, you know, if you can't get on with the eligibility programs, okay, to help with your heating cost, your oil cost, please find alternative ways, okay, even if it's just getting an extra heating blanket, okay, warmer clothes, whatever you have to do, okay? I don't want anyone to get sick this year, be cold at all this year, you know what I mean? Please get, if you have a fireplace, get your chimney swept. Make sure everything is in proper working order. Please do these things, okay? I am encouraging you to do these things, please, okay? So before I go, I want to tell you about this email that came in. She said, I find it very interesting how some are coming out and saying just breastfeed. Yeah, I know. Especially interesting since there has been such a war against breastfeeding. Jump back 26 years with my first. The hospital was giving out free diaper bags. Yeah, I remember that. When Andrew was born 24 years ago, I remember getting that free diaper bag with all the little goodies inside and the free samples of the, you know, the original brand kind of Enfamil, and Andrew was allergic to it anyway, but yeah, I remember that. Free diaper bag. She sent in a picture of the free diaper bag. Yeah, I got that same diaper bag, the Peter Rabbit. I remember that. Blast from the past. No support with breastfeeding. It was a nightmare trying to feed my daughter. I was alone and scared, pressured by the pediatrician. I had no support, but I had my free bag of formula. I easily gave up. Found out when she was an adult she had lip tie. With my second, 16 months apart. He ended up having stomach surgery at 2 months old. Again, no support. And he was successfully breastfeeding before surgery. But the push and pressure of formula, free formula, free formula. Fast forward to 2013. I know, huge age gap. I got out of, I was, out of the marriage. Was a single mom for years. Met my knight in shining armor. Oh, that's awesome. Convinced him he needed one of his own. Bada bing, bada boom. I had a third. Same deal. The push for formula all these years later actually seemed worse. I literally had this pediatrician look down at my boobs and say, "Look, your milk hasn't come in." Are you kidding me? That's terrible. To look at you like that. What the hell? Make my long story short, I sought out help. It was not easy. It was not offered. I had to search for it. 2 pediatricians, 2 nurse lactation consultants later, we had it figured out. He had lip tie. He nursed until just before his 2nd birthday, which apparently is uncomfortable, disgusting to many as well. Who cares? You're taking care of your child. That's what matters. Who cares what anybody thinks? Jeez. There really has been an ongoing war when it comes to feeding babies. So for so long, formula has been pushed big time. And there has been lots of breastfeeding and public shaming. Yeah, I know, I remember. The CDC recommends breastfeeding to at least 6 months. I remember them saying up to a year. Now it's only 6 months. So many do just breastfeed until 6 months. That has been my experience as a licensed family child care provider. There is great lack of support, especially for working mothers. Even articles put out on how breastfeeding causes teeth problems. No, it doesn't. Well, it strengthens bones. It strengthens everything, even brain function. What the hell are they trying to say? Depression in the mother causes food allergies in the baby, causes breast cancer. It does not. What the? A ton of negative side effects, blah, blah, blah. Now we have formula shortage. So many babies on formula. It makes me wonder, really makes me wonder. Yeah, no kidding. And how ignorant are the ones coming out and saying, just breastfeed? Like it's that simple. No, it's not. If it were, then I'm sure all the mothers would be breastfeeding now because no one wants their baby to go hungry. Oy vey. Oh my God. You know, you're right. You are absolutely right. I agree with you. All right, it's getting ridiculous. Yeah, I remember all of this. And we're going back 24 years. Andrew was born. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Say goodbye, Stormy Bug. Say goodbye. Ciao.